coastal flood warning remains in effect from 5 p.m. this afternoon to midnight tonight. The National Weather Service in Upton has issued a coastal flood warning, which is in effect until noon today. The coastal flood advisory is no longer in effect. Locations: coastal locations adjacent to Newark Bay, the Arthur Kill, and tidally affected portions of the Hackensack and Passaic rivers. Tidal departures: 2 1/2 to 3 feet above astronomical tides this morning and 3 to 3 1/2 feet above astronomical tides this evening. Timing: moderate coastal flooding during this morning and evening high tide cycle. Impacts: widespread flooding of vulnerable shore roads and wind properties due to high of storm tide and wave action. Numerous road closures may be needed. A coastal flood warning means that flooding is expected or occurring. Coastal residents in the warned area should be alert for rising water and take appropriate action to protect life and property. New York Harbor water levels for this morning. Coastal, time of. Forecast total, flood. Location, high tide, water level, category. Mid-lower low water, The Battery, New York City, 0.7:31 a.m., 0.7/.9 to 8.5, minor. Bergen Point, New York, 0.7:30 a.m., 0.8/.7 to 9.2, moderate. New York Harbor water levels for this evening. Coastal, time of. Forecast total, flood. Location, high tide, water level, category. Mid-lower low water, The Battery, New York City, 7:59 p.m., 0.7/.4 to 7.9, minor. Bergen Point, New York, 7:58 p.m., 0.8/.0 to 8.5, moderate. For the following areas in Connecticut, southern Fairfield and southern New Haven. Coastal flood warning in effect from 10 a.m. this morning to 2 p.m. this afternoon. Coastal flood advisory remains in effect from 9 p.m. this evening to 1 a.m. Sunday. The National Weather Service in Upton has issued a coastal flood warning, which is in effect from 10 a.m. this morning to 2 p.m. this afternoon. The coastal flood advisory is no longer in effect. Locations: coastal locations adjacent to western and central Long Island Sound. Tidal departures: 2 1/2 to 3 1/2 feet above astronomical tides this morning and 1 1/2 to 2 1/2 feet above astronomical tides this evening. Timing: moderate coastal flooding during this morning high tide cycle and minor during this evening high tide cycle. Impacts: widespread flooding of vulnerable shore roads and wind properties due to high of storm tide and wave action this morning. Several road closures may be needed. A coastal flood warning means that flooding is expected or occurring. Coastal residents in the warned area should be alert for rising water and take appropriate action to protect life and property. A coastal flood advisory indicates that onshore winds and tides will combine to generate flooding of low areas along the shore. LI Sun water levels for this morning. Coastal, time of. Forecast total, flood. Location, high tide, water level, category. Mid-lower low water, Kings Point, New York, 10:58 a.m., 11.5, 12.0, moderate. Stamford, Connecticut, 0.10:31 a.m., 11.0, 11.5, moderate. Bridgeport, Connecticut, 10:28 a.m., 10.4, 10.9, moderate. New Haven, Connecticut, 10:27 a.m., 9/.1 to 9.6, moderate. LI Sun water levels for this evening. Coastal, time of. Forecast total, flood. Location, high tide, water level, category. Mid-lower low water, Kings Point, New York, 11:26 p.m., 9/.7 to 0.2, minor. Stamford, Connecticut, 0.11:10 p.m., 9/.5 to 0.0, minor. Bridgeport, Connecticut, 10:57 p.m., 8/.5 to 9.0, minor. New Haven, Connecticut, 10:56 p.m., 8/.0 to 8.5, none. For the following areas in New York, southwest